So when we load Foundry, we'll start with a blank side tab. The first thing that we'll want to do when we want to create a character is go to the Actors tab, and then up in the top, we're going to select the button that says Create New Actor. So we'll just call it New Actor, and we press the button, and we'll get our first version of a character sheet. So in here, it looks a little bit blank. The first steps for building a character is to set up your ABCs, your ancestries, your backgrounds, your classes. So we can start by pushing the little plus button. So we can scroll through the list and let's make ourselves a goblin. We can drag that into the goblin ancestry, and you'll already see that certain things have started to fill in. A base armor class, base perception, because goblins start with certain modifiers, and base hit points. We then go to the heritage, which is sort of like your sub-ancestry, and we can search by goblin. And we can choose something like the Charhide Goblin. The Charhide Goblin has a cool feature that it gives you fire resistance equal to half your level, and you'll see that that's already input for you as well. Let's say that you decided, oh, I dragged the wrong one in and I want an Iron Gut Goblin. You can instead swap it out and drag it in. But if this menu is closed, you can't open it back up. To find that, you can simply go to the Compendium packs, and what you're going to do is scroll down until you see the items. And in items, we're going to look at our ancestries or our heritages. So we can open up the heritages tab again, and we can replace that Charhide Goblin. We can then go and add a class. Like most good goblins, obviously it's going to be a rogue. And we would drop the rogue in. Rogues have several different subclasses that you choose right at the start. And so here's the different variants. If you want to take a look at the different rackets, you can again go and check out the different class features and then just search for them. And if you're not quite sure, then you can look up what the mastermind is, open it up, it'll describe how it changes, what you're trained in, and then you can select what you like. So the basic core one would be the thief. So we select the thief, and you can see already what's happened is selecting the class has upgraded our saves and a bunch of other different values. Finally, we can select our background. The backgrounds are a little bit more freeform. Let's say that this particular one is a criminal. You can always go and search through and read what each of these do. We're not in particular designed in a great way to enable that to be done simply. There's much better websites like Archives of Nevis where you can look up everything exactly perfectly. But that'll set the basic things. So we got our speed, our size, our different senses that are automated based on our selections, the traits of our character, any default languages that we get. Next, we want to go down and set up our ability scores. So in Pathfinder, you start off with your ancestry giving you typically either 2 boosts or free boosts and flaws. There is a variant rule, so you can start with either 3 and 1, or you can start with just 2 free choices. And that's the alternative boosts mode. You'll see the numbers change to 2, so I can add dexterity and constitution and not bother taking a penalty if I want. Additionally, there is the voluntary flaw rule. So you can take additional penalties if you want. This is purely for role-playing, or if you want to go to the legacy mode, which is currently valid for Pathfinder Society or as a homebrew option, this will let you take 2 different flaws to take a boost, including double flaws so long as it all balances out. In Pathfinder, you can't start with a score below 8, and you can't end up at first level with a score higher than 18. Those are just sort of hard and fast rules. So those are alternate scores that you can select. From the background, I can choose 1 boost being dexterity, and then I get a free boost in something else. So we'll say charisma. As a rogue, I can select my different class, class keys ability score. This is the one that you'll want to get up to 18, and selecting this one is about the only way to get 18 at first level. And then at first level, you additionally get 4 bonus boosts if you like. Now, if you're playing the variant where you get proficiency rather than at 1st, 5th, 10th, 15th, and 20th, but you get 1 bump per level, that's an option that you can toggle on, and then these will change, and every level you'll have the option to go and select. It's not enabled in this world, but that's an option that does exist. Now that we've got that, we're all set up. We can set our alignment if we like. So Goblin, let's say chaotic neutral. You can set the deity that you worship. You can then enter freeform, gender, pronouns, age, weight, height, ethnicity, nationality. These all have specific meanings in the Pathfinder world. The speed's automatically computed. Your size is automatically computed. You can also edit bulk if necessary. This is something more for either house ruling or home brewing. And otherwise, your entire first page is set up. So with that, we can move on to our next set of selections.